My name is Laura Burns, and I'm with Lateral, and this is the yoga for holiday self-care practice. It's going to be about half an hour. It's going to be all seated, so we never have to stand up. It's going to be very gentle. Before we get started, if you have a yoga mat, go ahead and put it down. If you don't, you can put a blanket down. You don't have to worry about safety like you would if you were standing. Never just put a blanket down on like a wood or tile floor to do standing poses, because the blanket can slip and you could fall and hurt yourself. But for this, we're not going to be moving a whole lot, so it'll be totally fine. If you have some yoga blocks, you can grab them. They're optional for this practice. I designed it to where you don't need to have any props, but if you have them and want to use them, awesome. Also, if you have a blanket that you want to fold, you can fold it and sit on it, and that can make sitting on the floor a lot more comfortable. So you can pause this recording and go get all the props that you want, or if you're ready to go, you can just keep on going. So I'm going to start in this seated position. We'll be here a while, so you want to make sure that you feel comfortable. So if it feels not great to sit on the floor like this, try folding a blanket, or if you don't have a blanket to fold, you can sit on a pillow. I've seen people sit on books before, which doesn't seem very comfortable, but it elevates the hips and makes it a lot better to be on the floor like this. And I'm sitting with the soles of the feet together, but you're welcome to cross the legs, however is comfortable for this first part. It doesn't matter, and I'll let you know when it's time to move your legs. So get settled, get comfy. You want to just make sure that it's a nice space where you feel safe and will be undisturbed if possible. So once you're seated, you can just close your eyes, and we'll start to bring the focus into the body, getting really present by taking 3 deep breaths. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And then let your breathing return to normal. Eyes can stay closed. And then to bring our focus even more into every part of the body, we'll do a body scan starting from the head, working our way down. And for this, you can just stay relaxed, keep your eyes closed, and I'll tell you what to think about. Starting at the top of the body, outside the skin of the face, neck, shoulders, and arms. Just start by noticing the sensations that you feel. The temperature of the air, the movement of air on your skin if you can feel it. Where your hair or clothing is touching your body. And then start to bring your focus to your nose, feeling the air enter in through your nose, coming into the body and starting to go down. Just focusing on the air coming in, and then follow it down to the chest. And start to bring all your attention to the chest now as the air comes in, filling up the chest, making the chest expand. And then contract as you exhale. Bringing the focus down lower through the body into the belly. If you want, you can bring your hand to touch your belly. Just feeling the pressure of your hand touching your belly, the warmth where your hand is. And then notice how your belly moves as you breathe. You can let your hand rest down. Bring your focus now to your back, to the lower back. Noticing the sensations that you feel, not passing judgment, just acknowledging them. And then down to the hips, so left and right hip, noticing how your weight is distributed. If you find differences in how they feel, depending on your body and your body's experiences, you may have different feelings there. And every day it's different. So one day you might feel the same, another day you might feel different. Just noticing. The body scan is about noticing the sensations, not deciding if they're good or bad. Bringing focus now to the thighs. And start on the outside, all around the thighs, inside and out, front and back. Just noticing any sensations that you feel. Your clothes touching your skin, or air touching your skin. And then going inside into the muscle. Do you find tension there or ease? Bring your focus now to the knees, to the joints of the knees, seeing how they feel today. If you want, you can bring your hands to touch these parts as you work your way down, or you can let your hands just rest. I like to touch my body as I focus on each different part. It feels very affirming and comforting. Bringing focus now to the calves. Again, starting on the outside, what can you feel on your skin? Noticing the air or your hands if you're touching them. And then going inside, what do you find there? Moving down, ankles and feet. Checking in, seeing what you notice. Bringing your attention first to the parts of your ankles and feet that are touching the floor. Noticing the pressure of your body pushing into the floor. The texture of whatever's under you, whether it's a yoga mat or carpet or a blanket. And then bringing focus to the rest of the feet and ankles that are not touching the floor. And seeing how it feels surrounded by air. And then very last but not least, bringing focus to the toes, to the very tips of the toes. And then give your toes a wiggle. You can run your hands up and down over your legs, belly up to your chest, to your arms, your hands, and then come back to still. Now, bring your focus to a body part that needs a little extra attention today. And you can bring your hand to touch that part. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Sending your breath to that part, bringing it exactly what it needs in this moment. Strength, healing, comfort. Another deep breath in. Exhaling out, sending your breath to that part, bringing it what it needs in this moment, naming to yourself what that is. And then you can move your hand away and slowly open your eyes. Make any movements that feel good to you. You can move your legs if they're tired of sitting in that position. You can bring them wide, little stretches. And then however your legs want to be is fine. If you want to move them, that's okay. If you want to bring them back together, also fine. So we're going to sit up straight. And then close your eyes again. And we'll be aligning body movement with breath. So bring both hands, just one over the other, on top of your heart, or just in the middle of your chest. On an inhale, you're going to slowly open the arms wide. Hands pressing back behind you, squeezing shoulder blades together, opening across the chest, inhaling big. Filling the chest with air. And on your exhale, hands come back to the chest. Chest empties out. Inhale, open, big breath. Exhaling. So moving slowly with the speed of your breath, the speed of the inhale, speed of your exhale. Just 3 more breaths here. And after your 3rd breath, hands can come down. Open the eyes again. Make any moves that feel good. And then legs can still be however is comfortable for you. Wherever they are, sit up really straight, pulling up through the hips, up through the rib cage, up with the chest, but shoulders stay down. You want to keep this room here open. So think of reaching this back part, the crown of your head, towards the ceiling, getting really tall. So how tall can you be seated? And we'll inhale, arms coming up. So here, you can't see my fingers. Reaching through the fingers, reaching through the arms. Now, if bringing the arms up here creates a lot of congestion, just open up a little wider. And if you have any kind of shoulder issues, which makes this position uncomfortable, you can always bring hands like this, cactus arms. I call them cornholio arms. So this is just fine too. You can still extend through the fingers. Extension starting at the chest and coming up, no matter where your arms are. So reaching up, sitting up tall. We're just going to bend over to one side. Now hand can come to the floor. Forearm can come to the floor if that feels more comfortable for you, if you have long arms. Or if you have short arms, or it just feels better, you can bring a hand to a block or like a book, to a very large can of peas. I don't know. So reaching over, extending through this arm, turning that shoulder up and back. So we're not reaching forward. We're opening up. And you can even bring your gaze up to the ceiling to help reinforce that. And coming up, little shoulder wiggle. We'll do the other side. Extending and coming over. So hand comes to the floor or the block, forearm comes down. You do you, whatever feels right. Reaching, turning that shoulder up and back, looking up at the ceiling, if that feels okay. And up and back. So this is called noodling. This is the lower burns shaking out. It's called noodling. All right, so from here, we are going to bring soles of the feet together. So if you've moved your legs like me, bring soles of the feet together just like this. Knees come out. So a couple things about sitting like this. For some people, this is really uncomfortable, and you might find your knees kind of up here and straining. So if you have blocks or something else that you can use instead of blocks, you can put them under your knees. So this is the lowest height of the block. Or if you want taller, you can flip it up onto the middle side. So you can find what works for you this way. So here, my legs are totally supported. My inner thighs aren't straining. I can just relax, which for this first part is just fine. In a moment, we will move the blocks away and then do something more active with the legs. So starting here, sitting up tall. I have my legs supported so it's comfortable, and I'm just gonna bring arms up and reaching. We're gonna do a little back bend here. So we're not warm, we haven't been moving, so that's gonna be a small back bend. So from here, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rolling shoulders back. Chin slightly lifted. So it's just a small back bend. Coming forward, arms coming down. Little wiggle. And again, reaching up. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rolling shoulders back. Slight lift of the chin. And coming forward, arms come down. So here, if you have support under your knees, go ahead and take them away. Sitting up tall. Now your choice, you can bring arms up, reaching above, extending up, or if you want, you can bring just hands to prayer position, Anjali Mudra, resting here. So using just the muscles in your legs, press the knees down. So you'll notice when you do that, you feel all this stuff working here. So hands can be here, or if you want to start to warm up the arms a little bit, reach them overhead, really extending through the fingers. So at one time you're pressing down through the legs, reaching up with the arms. And release, give a little wiggle. One more time, reaching up, pressing down with the knees. This is one of those things where it looks like you're doing nothing, but you feel it in your body. Like everything in your body is working right now. And release and noodle. Go ahead and bring legs wide here. And I'm still up on my blanket, so if you want to stay up on your blanket, it's fine. If not, you can come off the blanket. So, wiggling in here. You want to sit up tall, lifting the chest, broadening across the collarbones, pressing shoulders down, creating that space. We'll just take a couple of breaths here. Inhale through your nose. Just letting your body adjust to this new position. All right, bringing arms up, reaching. Now with the flat back, hinging forward, coming about halfway down and holding here. And then bringing arms all the way down, folding forward. Reach your arms out. You can walk your fingers forward on the floor, looking to find that stretch in your inner thigh that feels good and not awful. If it starts to feel terrible and painful, ease up. We don't want that. Now as you hold here, if you feel the muscles release, you can walk your fingertips out a little further. Or if you don't feel that, then just stay where you are. And wherever you are, try giving a little flex of the feet. And hello, the backs of your legs. So holding here. All right, relax the feet. Start to walk the fingers up to the body, rolling up slowly, always bringing the head up last so you don't get dizzy. And we're just gonna move the spine a little bit, move the torso. So pressing shoulders back, popping the chest forward, coming to the side, the back, the side. And now you can go kind of like these 4 sides, or if you want, you can circle around. Other direction, front, side, back, side. Making circles if you want, or sticking to the 4 sides if that feels better. And then back to center here. A little wiggling of the shoulders, of the neck, just rolling. We're keeping it super gentle today. The goal is to relax, to feel a little stretched out, to feel calmer. And I'm leaving time for a nice long Savasana. So our practice is not super long. All right. So legs are wide. You're gonna just keep the knees pointed up at the ceiling and then work on opening up as wide as you can. Now flex both feet. You want to pull those toes back towards your body. Of course you can't see my feet. And then point the toes. You want to feel the stretch across the tops of your feet. Arms are just hanging out. One more time, flex. Really pulling the toes back. You want to feel it up the backs of your legs. And point. All right, now point your 4 toes, flex your big toe. This is the hitchhiker. And switch. Point your big toe, flex your 4. This is really hard. It's hard for like everyone. Go ahead and switch back to the hitchhiker. This other one that's so hard, switch back to it now. Point the big toe, flex the 4. I know 2 people who are really freakishly good at it. Everyone else is like, oh, what's happening? All right, roll the ankles one direction and then back the other direction. So yeah, shout out to Blythe and Susan who are really good at this one. Point the big toe, flex the 4. All right, so you want to bring legs a little more together, give them a nice wiggle, and then we're going to come back to soles of the feet together, sitting up tall. And hands come to the fronts of the legs, and you're going to actually use these for a little bit of leverage in our seated cat-cow pose. So sit up nice and tall, hands come to the front of the legs. So press hands into the legs, helping you pull your body into a nice arch. Chin lifts to the ceiling. Exhale, rounding through shoulders and back, chin drops to chest. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And back and forth. And then back to center here, making any movements that feel good. So that's it for our practice. We've done a few poses, a few stretches, some breathing. Now it's time for you to get into a comfortable position for Savasana, which is our deep relaxation pose. So I'll give you some time to get into that. You can pause, you can just do it while I'm talking. So the kind of default position for most people is to lay on their backs on their mat or on a comfortable spot. You can have this extra blanket here to show you. You can fold a blanket and put it under your head for a little bit of support here. And if you lay down and find that your low back feels like it has a lot of tension, like it's tweaking, then you're going to want to put something under your knees. The more knee support you have, the more comfortable it is to lay on the floor. Especially if you have a big butt. So I have a big butt, and laying on the floor is not super comfortable, but when I put stuff under my knees, all of a sudden it's like totally comfortable. So if you have blocks, you can put blocks under your knees, like so you'd be laying down. Good hug. Well, that feels good right here. So I'm going to stay like this. So you can put blocks under your knees, and that'll let your low back rest. If that's not tall enough, you can put blocks down and then stack blankets or pillows or a balled up sweatshirt, like whatever works for you. If you have a chair, you can put your legs up on the chair so that your calves are resting on the seat. And maybe I'll do another thing about good positions for Savasana. If you watch this and you want to see that kind of video, comment and let me know and I'll make one. So hopefully right now you're getting situated, or you've paused this, in which case you can fast forward. If you can't make it dim where you are, you can put something across your eyes. Like if you have a sweater or something, you can put the sleeve across your eyes. If you have a yoga strap, you can put that. If you have an eye bag, of course, you can put that. Anything that you don't mind putting on your face. It's really nice to block the light. It makes it like so restful and comfortable. Yeah, if you are in a place where it's kind of cool or cold, you can cover yourself with a blanket or put on socks. If you're warm, it makes it way more comfortable to be in Shavasana. In fact, I'm going to cover myself because it's cold in here. All right, so hopefully you are snuggled in. I'm going to support my knees. Be super cozy. Okay. This is so good. Okay. All right, so if you're in your position for Shavasana, you can go ahead and lay down. I'm just going to put on some different music so we can chill out. All right. So you're in your comfortable position. Go ahead and close your eyes. And we'll take 3 deep breaths. And after your 3rd breath, you can let your breathing return to normal. And then we'll body scan again, starting from the head and working our way down. This time moving at your pace. So I won't tell you what to think or how fast to go. You just start checking in with all your parts, with muscle and bone. And when you get to your toes, just give them a little wiggle. And then bring your focus back to that body part you picked earlier. And you can bring your hand to touch that part. Or you can stay where you are, where your hands are comfortable. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Sending your breath to that part. Imagine a bright white light surrounding that part. Infusing your part with a feeling of lightness, of healing and strength. Last deep breath. Exhaling out, sending your breath to that part, bringing it exactly what it needs in this moment. Naming to yourself what it is your body needs, and allowing that what it needs right now might be different from what it needed at the beginning of your practice. And then your hand can come down and rest wherever is comfortable. I'll recite for you our Body Love Kindness Meditation by Anna Jelly of Curvy Yoga, pausing between each line for you to silently repeat it to yourself if you choose. May I greet my body with gentleness. May I soften when life invites me to harden. May I listen to my intuition with wisdom and trust it with ease. May I appreciate my body a little more in this moment, just as it is. Now I invite you to let go of whatever you're thinking about and bring your focus to your breath, thinking of a word, image, or color as you inhale and another as you exhale. You can choose something that feels meaningful to you right now, something you want to remember, or a way that you want to feel. And if you need a little inspiration, my go-to is always thinking peace as I inhale and healing as I exhale. So relax, let your body rest and recover, and focus on your breathing. Bring a little movement to fingers and toes. And then slowly and gently bring yourself to lay on your right side. And stay here for 3 nice long breaths. And after your 3rd breath, you can slowly bring yourself up to seated. Coming into any comfortable position. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring each hand to the opposite arm, massaging up and down the arms from shoulders to hands. Each touch an opportunity to be more present in your body, to send gratitude to every part you touch. Bring your hands to your thighs. Don't forget your inner thighs, to knees, and calves, ankles and feet. To your back. Into your belly. Cross one arm over the other. Give yourself a squeeze and hold it. Send yourself gratitude for participating in class. Gratitude for practicing self-care. And then last, bringing hands together, Anjali Mudra. We'll take one last breath together. The light in me honors the light in you.